Tensions are flaring around Nova Scotia's lobster fishery. At issue is the rights of Indigenous lobster harvesters to fish outside the commercial season, rights that are protected by Supreme Court of Canada ruling. As Ross Lord reports, the violence is unfolding despite weeks of negotiations aimed at finding common ground.
Threats and violence are intensifying in the Nova Scotia lobster fishery.
The cops can't even control these guys, and there's a lot of them.
An estimated 200 commercial fishers preventing employees of a lobster holding pound from leaving and removing crates of lobster caught by Indigenous harvesters.
Put them down.
Don't touch.
What are you doing?
Don't touch.
This is our fish.
Yeah.
This is our catch.
Indigenous fisher Jason Marr says he barricaded himself inside the pound, fearing for his life.
And then the RCMP came and told us that the only way that this was going to come to any kind of end was if I hand over my lobsters to them and I leave. When they said that, I said, no, I'm not doing that.
1 month after the Sipekne'katik First Nation issued licenses to fishers for a self-regulated fishery, their commercial counterparts insist no one should fish outside of the normal season.
You guys fish when we fish. That's all we want.
Protesters blocked access to a news conference planned by the Sipekne'katik chief, some threatening a global news crew with violence, forcing them to leave. A group that represents many of the commercial fishers says it had nothing to do with the violent protests.
That's not the path forward here. As Canadians, we should all expect that the path forward is through dialogue.
Assembly of First Nations National Chief Perry Bellegarde says he's appalled, a sentiment echoed by Fisheries Minister Bernadette Jordan. In a statement, Jordan says progress cannot be made if individuals resort to violence. But the chief of Sipekne'katik suggests the lack of trust extends to the government.
The government does not take us or respect us on a nation-to-nation level, which they should. And, when they do so, that will be victory for us.
In the meantime, RCMP say they're investigating threats, mischief, and property damage. They've brought in extra members to ease tensions before worse damage is done. Ross Lord, Global News.